ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Innkeeper, and today we're playing Stonehearth. Welcome to Riverside. Merv is rattling around a cage, and it's quite infuriating. However, I have closed the curtains, and it's slightly darker, which means he might calm down a little bit. I've also gotten rid of his wooden stand thingamajig, because he keeps biting it, and it makes little nipping noises. It's quite frustrating, although maybe not as frustrating as him rattling around his cage. There we go. Pretty fantastic. Last session, we created ourselves this nifty-looking little bridge right here. We also extended our moat, and we will eventually continue to stretch it along this direction. Hopefully to make it look as organic, or at least as real as possible. You know, world-formed, not something that was created by us. However, at the same time, I'm not too sure if maybe that's the best idea. It's meant to be some sort of fort going on right here, or fort town, whatever you want to call it. Some people have been saying that maybe we should start actually building some structures to make it look like a town. Not a bad idea, to be honest with you. It's probably what we're going to be doing in today's episode. Not really too much mining of the river. I think I did say, or at least I may have mentioned that I was going to do most of this off camera. I guess I didn't get around to doing it. But there we go. We won't do too much of that for today's session. We'll just sort of go back and forth with it. We want to create some buildings, get rid of this wood right here. We can't plant trees, which is very annoying because it would be a very nice looking sort of art piece. Not art piece, but it would look nice, is what I'm trying to say. Make everything look a little bit better in that respect. Hopefully the buildings can be sort of one building tall. I like the idea of that because the two-story buildings are just way too much from what I've seen. I don't think I remember anything else we did. Oh, right, yeah. We had an unfortunate incident involving the death of Cyrus and Michael Ellis right there. However, Cyrus 2 was born. He was born because he got killed in a very, very, unfortunately, AI-y sort of way. It was quite unfortunate. However, it was also due to my own incompetence because I forgot that, well, I forgot to leave the combat stance on, which is annoying, but, I mean, they shouldn't go back and forth and keep attacking anyway, to be honest. There we go. That's right. I'm complaining. I'm complaining right now. But that's what I always do, so that's fine. We have quite a lot of food, but I don't think we really have enough in order to get the daily food in. That or the value probably isn't enough. Okay, I was going to say 420 there. That is fine. It's 4222 right there. That is all nice and dandy. Yeah, let's get some buildings done. Let's get the game rolling. Let's get everyone sort of doing their own thing. We need to harvest up a bunch of this stuff. Are we already mining? That's a good point. We are not actually mining at the moment. I want to get the weavers sorted out. I think that's sort of top priority right now. It's got to look quite... Yeah, it's got to look quite apparently. It has to look unique. It definitely has to have some sort of flavor to it. Some sort of design philosophy going on right there. But it's not going to look a bit... It might look a bit strange. I'm not too sure. If we just go ahead, find a flooring. I like this one. This is a nice flooring for sort of a weaving ground of some sort. We can have a doorway that's free across right there. And then let's just sort of have it spread along by about this much. We can have a nice little pathway along here if we're nice and careful about it. Like, just sort of along here, and it can go to a nice well. I like the idea of that. Also like the idea of the building sort of sticking out on this side just a little bit. I'm not too sure about that. Is there going to be anything along here? Maybe the well can go there. And then maybe the building can just extend in an interesting way along here. No, maybe not. I think it looks a bit strange. Can we go back on that? We can. This bit looks a bit strange as well, but I'm just trying to make it look a little bit interesting, really. We could have it sort of poke out a little bit on sort of this side. Just do a smidge bit and then have this go out by one extra block. Or we can have it go out by an extra block like that. Then we can still have a house right here, and it could definitely accentuate the fact that it is the front. I think if it went out just a little bit more. Anyway, the unfortunate side about this is that the wall's actually going to go out by one more, so really we shouldn't do that. And if anything, what we should do is get rid of this bit by an extra amount. Well, not by an extra amount. Just get rid of this part, and then what we can do is that. So there we go. So there's sort of like a little bit added on right here. I'm not just sure if maybe we'll have the crafting area right there. I guess we won't because crafting tables are usually 2x2. So really, if we want this to actually work, we can do it like this. There we go. Or the fireplace can go there. I like the idea of that. But maybe it's poking out a bit weirdly. And also, it's not really the kind of building that would have a fireplace. Let's be honest here. Also, we need to... How does it work again? Is it 6 across? Then you could put something in the middle because of the way the walls work. Let's find... Wait, okay, so we'll have walls here, walls here. So, yeah, if it's 6 across, then we can actually have some proper windows installed. I'm just trying to find out how this is actually going to work. So if we have this go across by 2 more, we can have the well right here, which is fine. And then we can have the building go across like this. This is... So that's 6 right there. That's another 6. We could have them go out by an extra block, but it might look a little bit strange. If we go along by an extra amount right there. The thing is with that, is that we'll need to... Now it's starting to look a little bit interesting in the kind of way that I don't really like. We could see what it looks like first before we jump to... oh yeah, I forgot we could do that. Maybe a bit too much. Yeah, maybe a bit all over the place. Maybe we should just go for traditional. That might not be a bad idea. We can always just sort of add a few things here and there. Maybe the corners could be shaved off on the corner right there. I like that. That looks quite nice. This bit as well could probably do the same thing. Let's see. Yeah, I quite like that. It's simple. It's a simple design. We can use our normal blocks to really try and edit around it. If we just place that down right now, do we want to use the Tudor block design? Probably. But we can have a little look at all the blocks that we currently have at our disposal, being the other 2 blocks, really. So I'm not too sure if we really have much choice there. Or at least as much as I would probably prefer. We could do that. Maybe do the same on this side, so it's attached to sort of a... Nah, now it looks sort of uneven. So we should really just sort of keep this the same way. I quite like that being wooden, actually. I think it probably makes a little bit more sense. You know, it's sort of like a wood cabin kind of thing. We should do that. I like the idea of it. Let's keep going. We should really have the game running in the background, to be honest. Just so that it... You know, they're running some tasks, they're getting a bunch of things done. The only problem with that is they're going to probably get attacked every 5 seconds, which is not great. They're probably going to have a little bit of trouble building this part of the building, now that I'm seeing it. They're actually going to probably have trouble building most of it. Well, no, they should be able to build in the water. No, yeah, we should be fine. No, yeah, we should be fine, apparently. Right, so let's go ahead and just get the roof installed. Oh, God, the roof is apparently not going to work. It's broken or something. Let's go and see what it looks like. Okay, so like that. It's like this. So if we put the roof on like that, then we should be able to go up and down, right? There we go. So it's fine now. Simple food cart has arrived. Oh, okay. Pause. Oh no, I forgot to talk to the dude. There we go. A grizzled traveler appears on the horizon. So this is a notification that appeared at the start of the game. And I had about 3 takes, I'm not going to lie. And I started off talking about this twice, but it didn't feel right. However, I did forget about it, but we're here now. So, Mr. Burly Hands right there. Sounds like some sort of lumberjack. Looks like some sort of lumberjack. What, ho? Okay, that's very rude. Ho there, township. How are things for you? Next. It's been pretty quiet, but you know, it's a bad sign when the birds stop singing. Okay. My guess is wolves, goblin wolves. Watch your borders. You don't want to fight them after their trainers got them. So there's some goblin wolves. Bunker down if you need to go. If you need to or run. Okay, so he's warned us of apparent goblin sort of wolf training. This isn't good because the wolves are ridiculously powerful. And it looks like I found him. Or some sort of odd little bugger. He's doing something anyway. He's got some jerky. Is that a rabbit? That is a rabbit. That's probably the most fierce wolf I've ever seen. Anything in this direction? They usually appear in like a square like this. At least I recall anyway. Where would they be? I think they're usually out of sight. Oh, what's that? That's water. Looks like swamp water. Anything in this direction? Are we meant to look for it? Because I'm quite scared at the prospect of some sort of evil villain doing his own thing. Tell you what, we'll go in and get our swords, swordsman, and tell them to attack that goblin over there. Where are our swordsmen? That is a good point. Who is actually in this party? Okay, so Puessa and Usk are still part of the party right here. They're moving up, or someone is anyway. That's Usk with his impressive hammer right there, or axe that he got for defeating various creatures. So we're running up to that little guy right there. Where's Puessa? Is she sleeping? A goblin sneaks into camp. He's not sneaking into camp. We're just sort of... Oh, there she is. So she's running in. Take the goblin out. He's running away. What a coward. There we are. 2 timing. High damage. Speed up. The world is saved. We are saved forever. We should really have a little look around for this wolf pack thing. I'm not really sure where to really look. We could just sort of scout around. Something tells me they would probably be sort of around here somewhere. So we should really just tell them to go in this direction and see what we can find. The fog of war should hide itself. We're going to pause the game right now. I did say I should keep the game running in the background, but you know what? I'm getting distracted already. Let's go to our edit function and continue with the roofing design. So let's see. How's that look? That looks quite nice. And what about if we go the other way just to see what it looks like? That is also fairly nice looking. I quite like that bit. We could probably edit around that a little bit. I'm not sure what we would do. It's quite nice though. And I do like the idea of there being a door along here. Yeah, let's stick to this. I like that. If we get the doorway, put it right here. But if we get another doorway and... Oh, no, we need a double door right there. So there we got a double door right there. Normal doorways. Get some windows installed. There we are. Are they too far apart? No, I feel like they're fine. As for along here, we can't really do anything, which is quite unfortunate. Damn, if we did go across by one extra, that could have been a lot better for us. However, that is not the case. I don't feel like I need more of those windows. However, one up there probably would look alright. Yeah, I quite like that. It's a shame I can't put windows on the roof and it'll give it like a nice little windowed roof design. Maybe we can do that. And I'm just sort of not being imaginative enough. How could we do that though? We can't delete this. So, like, we can't delete the roof block specifically. So I'm not just sure how we would really do it. Do it. I mean, not without screwing anything up anyway. I guess we're just going to have to play a... Okay, I thought that was broken for a second there. It looked like it was. Let's go to our normal blocks. And let's just see if we can add a few extra designs here and there. I'm not too sure what to do with this, actually. I'm going to use up too much space if we go a little bit too insane with it. I guess if we make the road... So let's see. If we're going to have the normal road like this. Oh, game saving. There we are. But then we can have sort of like this little attachment right here. We'll delete some parts of it. Like, we'll get it all connected first. So we know roughly what's going on. So we've got this. And then what we should just do is go sort of sporadic with our deletes. There we are. So we have a nice little pathway. Although I feel like it looks a bit too rugged there. Like unmaintained. We probably want to go for something that looks a little bit more natural. Also, this is wooden floor. I just realized that. It needs to be stone. We just get rid of all of this. Probably won't make too much of a difference because it looks quite similar to the stone wood, but still, to the normal stone. That wooden texture right there that we're using for the flooring. But oh well. If we just make them sort of little slabs, I think that'll be a better idea. So sort of every sort of block like this. So there we go. I think that's quite nice looking. Right here can be where the well will go. We could probably get some plants installed along here as well. Wait, no we can't. No, that sucks. Probably get some fences along here though. It's quite nice to think about. Alright, so let's see. What's this well going to look like? Well, first we're going to have water in the bottom. So should we just mine down? And then have like... Oh yeah, we should mine down. And use the specific mine block right here. So if we go to our... Let's see, we're going to our mine tool. There we go. I like how you can see the buildings around it as well. So if we go to our mine tool and instead sort of mine up these blocks right here. Oh, okay, that's not what I want to do. There we are. If we mine all those up, and we just tell them to mine, and they should get round to it. It'll make it look like the well's actually going into the water. Alright, so we want to do an extra block. We want to be careful with it, though. So we'll just do a few bits, and then make sure they can actually get in and out. So we'll mine this bit up. They're getting there. Right, there we go. Now we'll just mine up these two bits. I'm not sure how far down this really needs to go. Looks like I don't have to accept it every time. It automatically becomes a build order. So we'll get rid of these top 2 bits. They're very quick at doing it as well, which is nice. There we are. Just a few more. Oh, just want to move there for a second. It's going to move a bit too far. Come on. Oh, you 2 are stuck in there. Okay, it's fine. The heads were apparently good enough to fit through. Also, I just realized that our soldiers are sort of sitting in the middle of a field. Let's see. We found a bunch of raccoons, which is fine, but we've not found any beasts. Let's have a little look over here instead. It's a shame I can't properly tell them to do a patrol. Let's go over there and see what we can find. If we do run into wolves, then we're pretty much screwed. Wolves are extremely powerful. But that may have been the adversary. We may have already dealt with them. We haven't actually checked around the entire map. They usually spawn nearby. But still, I think it's a good idea to check. We seem to be fine. Let's continue onwards. Let's just tally-ho. Right, so we continue the mining right here. Are we close? I think we are. Let's go back to the mine. We all good? The mining water, I think. It looks... Oh, daily update. What do we get? We have succeeded. There we are. We'll name you in a second, good sir. Want to mine that up, please? There we go. Alright, how far? Oh, yeah, we're getting there. There we go. Oh, we need to get rid of those 2 blocks. Right. So we got water down there. Now what we can do is go back to our build tool. It's a small addition right there. It's very small, but I think it's nice. It's a bit close, though, to the doorway, which is quite unfortunate. But I think that's just our poor design choices. So there we go. We're going to live with that. Right, so let's go to the stone. So what should this be made out of on the base? I feel like on the base it needs to have a sort of clay look to it. So we've got like a flooring right here. So if we do that, and then what we can do is if we go to our blocks, go back to our stone, and then probably use like a proper stone block like this. Is that too big? I think that is too big, but let's not do that. I think it might be wiser just to put it where we put the clay. So if anything, we should just sort of build above where we already have. And then what we can do is we can use this stone to sort of construct like this. There we are. Only on every other side it should be sort of arching over the clay. Like this. But on this part, it shouldn't be. It should be sort of open so that people can actually get their buckets up and down. As for the rope, we won't really be able to do that. But we can at least give it a sort of roof look. It's a shame, really, because this house is actually way too close. We might be able to sort of back it up a little bit. I'm not too sure. Or we can just try and have it sort of look like it's a part of everything. Right, so let's just think about this for a second. So, it's awkward because, if anything, to get the perfect look, it should be a little bit wide. Yeah, it really should be wider to get the perfect look. I think a 2x2 hole is not big enough. Yeah, it needs to be sort of like this. If we go back to our mine, there we are. It needs to be like that. So we need to open this bit up. Should be simple to mine up just this little bit extra. If they're going to do it. It looks like someone's already getting around to doing this, which is good to see. It just means this door here is going to be a little bit strange. So we'll just mine up those. There we are. Oh, you're all very much in the way right now. Nothing wrong with that. You're all sort of doing your job. You just get in the way of my artistic value. My artistic vision is ruined by your faces in the way. There we are. You two seem to be... You are not stuck. Okay, that's good. There we go. So we'll just wait until they move, I suppose. Little bit awkward. But that is fine. We can just pause the game for now. Right, so let's go back to our build. Oh, over here. Build. Go back to our clay. Are them being the way going to be... I don't think it's going to be too much of a pain. I think we're fine. Alright, and then we'll go back to our brick. So let's see, if we do this... I'm sort of questioning this, because it's too high up now. It's like, it's too high for them. It's sort of, I'm getting that vibe now. Really annoying, I can't really make my mind up. I reckon if we just sort of go for these... oh, that's not what I wanted to do. We go for these pylons right here. If we delete these middle ones just to make it look like it's stable. There we go. Now what we can do is give ourselves a sort of nice roof, which I guess is going to sort of come across on this bit right here. And let's make sure it's made out of wood and that we're using a sort of lighter block. Yeah, I think we should start off with a lighter block. So let's make sure it goes out by 3 here. 2, 3. I need to get rid of this doorway, I think. Yeah, definitely. It's in the way, so I think getting rid of the doorway makes sense. As for this, though, 3 across I think is fine. Maybe a bit too much. We can always add an extra block if we feel like it. Right, now what we need to do is use the darker wood. Like this. There we go. And then we'll go back to this block. This is going to be the main color. But we're sort of going for the same design like this. Where there's a random dark block right there. Oh, what the hell did I do right? I feel like I did something wrong just then. Like I accidentally selected a bunch of blocks and told them to mine that specific structure. But I don't think that happened. You know what? I'm going to assume that it didn't happen. Alright, so we'll continue with the bridge. Not the bridge, the roof. Got bridges on the mind, apparently. So there we are. It's quite a simple looking well. Now we just need to make sure that these wooden bits in the middle actually connect. Not these wooden bits, the stone bits. Also, we need to make sure that this is... The roof... Would the roof do that? Not really. Also, it looks unstable on this side. I'm not sure if maybe I want to do this. Oh, not that. Just do the undo tool. I'm skeptical of using it, annoyingly. No. I should have looked at some pictures of wells. I'm sort of working on my mind right now. Which isn't helping. But then again, we're sort of trying to create the image of a well that is in our mind right now. So maybe it'll come out as something a little bit more unique. Or it will come out as just a complete and utter disaster. We should really have this thing covered completely, though. So yeah, we're going to definitely get this bit covered. And we're going to go back to this. And we're going to make sure that this is doing that. There we go. Now, if only there was some sort of rope-looking block. That would help us out. Wood somewhere? Oh, you know what? We could use this yellow-looking block right there. It's not amazing. It looks more like gold, really. But it'll probably do the job. And then we just sort of have a... Working with blocks. It's quite difficult. We need to have a bucket-looking thing going on now. So I think if we just sort of do this. Yeah, I quite like that. Oh. If I was zoomed out, would I think that's a well? I feel like I would. Maybe not at first glance, but I would sort of try and visualize the fact that, okay, yeah, that's rope, and at the end there is a bucket, and it goes up and down, gets water, blah, 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 blah. All that kind of stuff. Do we need anything extra at the top to make it look more structural? Not really. I mean, we probably do, but I don't think it really matters too much. We could probably do this. Yeah, I feel like that makes it look a lot better, just having the middle right there. Yeah, I will say that is pretty fine. We should definitely have something around it, though. Some sort of pathway. Just to... Oh, it's going to look weird on the corner. Excuse me, on the corner. Maybe we don't have it in the corners. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Where'd the clay go there? Oh, we're missing a very important part of it. Being that for some reason there's clay on the back. Oh, well, there's no clay on the back. We need to get you out of here. You're ruining the shot. You're ruining the shot. Get out. There we are. Let's get rid of this bit. There we go. And let's make sure it's just sort of here instead. There we go. Actually, that's too far away now. There we go. I'm looking forward to seeing some sort of fence along here as well. It would look very nice. So that looks all right to me. Let's get them to construct it and see just how far they get.